That was really really good. Some of the things that I liked about it was right off the bat there was good rapport with the audience. You looked at them, you connected, you asked for their participation in it. There was good. Just overall, you guys looked like you were having fun.
Give you extra points for having a chick drummer. That's awesome. I thought you guys were really good. I liked how you came out from the front and just introduced yourselves, got everybody interacting. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it.
Really nothing to say. It was outstanding. I mean, you drawed everybody in. That's all. That's what it's about.
I think technically the band formed with Wesley and I in ninth grade. We always had this kind of plan after Mystique, which was our band, that we were gonna play together because Wesley and I have been friends for, I don't know, since kindergarten, I guess. And I don't know, ever since we got into music, we always wanted to be in a band.
I met Pierce through one of my old girlfriends. We were actually rock climbing together.
Yeah.
And it was just, we were both in the same music, and I mean, I knew how to play bass, so he's like, hey, come play bass for us. I was like, that would be pretty cool.
That was even before he had a bass.
Yeah. I have played bass before. I've been playing guitar for about 4 years, but I picked up the bass and I was like, I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than playing guitar, and so I'm glad I found a glove fit, like Pretty Odd.
Yeah.
I called Pierce after school when I was in ninth grade. It was close to the summer. It was like one of the last days of school, and I called him. And I was just like, you know what? We should start a band.
And he was like, you should find us a drummer. And we tried getting Joey. Remember whatever his face was?
It's not Joey.
It was
His name was Darius.
well, yeah, we got, but before that, in ninth grade, we tried getting Joey, and I didn't even know him. So I was like, hey, do you wanna form a band? He just kind of left, you know.
Who's Joey?
You don't remember
I
Joey?
honestly don't even know.
No, I don't.
I don't
That's why no one
know. It
remembers
was Joey someone that Dylan suggested.
Joey Shrimpkin.
Yeah, Joey Shrimpkin.
Mick Shrimpkin.
one night, and we were gonna we were gonna learn a few songs, and we weren't sure if I was gonna stay or not, and then I just ended up staying.
Yeah, pretty much. But I remember we first met in 8th grade. We had a math class together, and I mean, I wasn't really good at math, but I stayed in class because I knew her, and she kind of became my friend. And
A little bit.
yeah,
Oh, that's so nice.
just a little bit. You know, we're like best friends.
Oh, that's so
You know,
nice.
just a little bit. And Wesley's my
Wesley.
best friend too. And Savannah and myself. What?
Wesley got replaced.
Anyways,
Well, the four of us went to middle school together. We didn't really, our paths didn't really cross. I'm pretty sure I had a class with
yeah.
one of you two. Yeah.
Science.
Then Wesley and I, we go to high school together, and so it actually worked out really well. I see him in the hall. He drives me home sometimes.
Yeah, Lewis drives me home sometimes, except he always takes 540 because he loves highways.
I love driving on highways.
Yeah, I seriously live like 2 minutes away. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna take 540. It's kind of the wrong way, but he goes anyways because he likes highways.
I just love highways. I mean,
That's not a bad thing, Lewis.
just who I am.
Well, my personal music background goes all the way back to when I was in like 4th or 5th grade. I would drive around with my dad, and he would always put in CDs. And one day he put in a CD of Led Zeppelin and he played the song Kashmir, and I noticed that I had heard it before. And he told me that he used to play it for me when I was just a little kid. I didn't really understand the whole depth of music, but I think at that time I sort of felt the power of it. I felt like it was still a part of me. I felt like it was a part of my heart that I didn't really know yet, you know? I felt like it was inside me already, you know? And so that just made me more and more curious, and every year I feel like I've gone further and further into music. And I think the big thing with my lyrics is they sort of play into sort of a romanticized sort of thing. It's sort of like the whole rock idea. Like Ballad of the Rider, for example, it's romanticizing the whole movie or a couple scenes of the movie Easy Rider that was filmed in 1969. And it really kind of brings into the background sort of the idea of like a rider, like a motorcycle rider who's like living through changes, you know, and kind of changing himself, you know, inside of it. And that's what our music video was about. You couldn't really tell, there wasn't a lot of storyline, but that was kind of the point. Like the movie Easy Rider, we didn't want to have a ton of storyline because in the movie Easy Rider, it's sort of elusive and you can't really tell what's going on at parts. But the whole thing about Easy Rider, the movie was written to kind of show like the failure of the American dream. And that's sort of, I sort of wanted to portray the American dream in that song, sort of like a mysticized image about just kind of taking off and being free, and just kind of leaving everything behind and kind of letting life take its own course. You know, I mean, that's what that song is. A lot of other songs, they say, basically about like sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know, that's the typical thing, right? But I feel like there's more to a side to those. Like if you look at Led Zeppelin, the song Your Time Is Gonna Come is kind of like how I base my songs. It's about mourning and about changing. Because Your Time Is Gonna Come is about losing love and just kind of changing from it, changing from being like sad about it to being like, I'm gonna show you by you making you feel about this situation, you know? He basically, Robert Plant basically sings in that song about kind of one-upping the girl, I guess, who broke his heart, saying like, now your time is gonna come and everything's gonna change for you.
Well, my dad plays drums and guitar and bass, so we always had instruments around. And in 7th grade, I got a drum set and my sister got a guitar, so I just started learning drums. And I didn't really get serious about it until 8th grade when I started taking drum lessons. And I just loved it, and I met Pierce. And then when he wanted to learn songs, I sort of started learning a lot more. And then when I joined 2 bands, I had to learn a lot more, so I got better. I like Jimmy Chamberlain from Smashing Pumpkins. I like he's got like spot on timing, and I admire that. I want to be like that. And then I like the drummer of Alkaline Trio, Derek Grant, because he does some amazing fills, and I've always wanted to do that, and it's just really energetic, and I want to include that in my drumming.
Well, like I said before, I've been raised in a very musical household. Just shelves of CDs and vinyls just all over my house. My dad always played them for me. Even before I knew what music was, it was just something that was part of my household. My grandfather was actually a jazz musician in the 40s. He died when I was about 4, but I hear stories about him, how he would sneak out at night to go play in the black part of town, which I think is so cool because it's kind of like he was right there on the forefront of it. But he played saxophone and clarinet, and I think something else. He was kind of just an all-around musician. And my dad, my father, he's been playing guitar since he was about my age. Well, no, he's been playing piano since he was about 8, and he's been playing guitar since he was about 15 or 16. so a little bit younger than me. And so I just grew up with all of that going on. My sister, she was in the school band. She played the clarinet. My dad was just in bands all through his young adulthood and even most of his adult life. So my mom, she knows what the deal is. She knows what happens. It's just an interesting environment to live in. It's a very intellectual background. But they just encouraged me to be creative. And if they said, if you want to be a musician when you grow up, we fully support you. Even if it's not the most financially viable option, they say, if that's what makes you happy, you gotta go do it. Just the love of music drives all of it. I love playing music, I love listening to music. I love the feeling I get when I listen to good music, and I would like for other people to have that emotion in them. And the emotion that I feel when I play music, I hope I can somehow transfer that, through my fingers, through the amp, and then into other people. I just love music, and I really like for other people to experience how it feels and the emotions it puts you through, and how it can just make everything better, make a bad day better, make a good day even better than it was. I just love the whole process of the emotions of music and just the way it can affect people. And I want to instill that.
Well, when I was younger, my uncle got me an iPod, and I was like, awesome, now I need songs to put on it. So I didn't actually buy any songs, I just put on some of the songs that he had on his iTunes that he already had. So I loaded a bunch of those songs on, and I played my iPod, and I just listened to the very first song on there because I didn't know any of the songs. And it was Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen. And I guess you could say that's what kick-started it all, because that's one of my favorite Van Halen songs, first of all. And second of all, that's what really got me into music in the first place. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I have to figure out how to do this. And so I was hanging out with Pierce one day, and he had just gotten a guitar, actually. And I was like, that's awesome. I have to learn how to do this also, because, I just thought, that's the coolest thing in the world. How in the world does he make that sound? I have to be able to do that. So I got a guitar too. I started learning how to play, and that was the first song I learned how to play. I was like, I have to learn the song. So, that's what I did. I started there, and then I guess you could say it took off. Pierce showed me the Led Zeppelin song Kashmir, and it was like, he had a 13-minute version, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. I've never heard a 13-minute long song before. So, I guess you could say it just kind of, it all started that, one fateful day that I got my iPod, and, took off from there, and now I collect vinyls now. I have more vinyls than I have CDs. And I don't know, I mean, CDs are great, but for me, I like having the vinyls, they crack a little bit and pop, and they're old school, and I like everything old school. And they sound better to me for some reason. I don't know why, I guess it's less digital, and I feel like I'm more a part of the music, but Well, if you read the title of the song, that usually gives you a pretty good idea of what the song is about. For example, Ballad of the Writer, it's about a writer, and it's not really a ballad actually. I should probably talk to Pierce about that, really, because it's not actually a ballad, it's a rock song, and it kicks, it's powerful. So it's about a writer who is, I guess, searching for freedom or the American dream, or something along those lines. There's a line in it, all the Easy Rider wanted to be free, so I guess you could say he's searching for freedom. Play the Joker is a song about just enjoying life, I guess, and not letting things get to you too much. When I wrote it, I was thinking of if you're playing a card game, you play the Joker, you play your Joker card, and just kind of mess with everybody and say, you know what, forget it. And you've got better things to do, or just take the time to enjoy whatever it is that you want, and just don't let other people get to you too much, I guess. Laugh like a Joker, just keep doing your own thing. If you look at the titles, I guess it's all a pretty good indication, which is why they're titles. Some don't make really any sense at all, like Audible Orange. If you can find a word that rhymes with orange, then let us know, please. I guess it's just something so that we know what we're talking about. If we say we're going to play one more time, then we know exactly what it means. It doesn't mean we're going to play the song one more time. It means we're going to play the song that we wrote one more time. So, I guess that's, and the reason you title something is so you know what you're talking about. Just like the Mona Lisa is titled the Mona Lisa. And, we call the tree a tree and things like that. We have to give things names so when we talk about them, it makes sense. Otherwise, we wouldn't really have coherent language. And where would we be without language, That's one of the gifts of humanity, I guess, is there are so many languages and cultures and things. And without language, we would obviously just be lost because we would be squabbling, dirty caveman filth, and there might be some nicer points to that, like we wouldn't be yelling at each other and things like that so much. We would just be hitting each other on the head with clubs, and that would probably solve a lot more problems than trying to be friends and things like that. And then there are also some negative points about that, I would have to say, like I like things like warm food and showers and cars and clothes and things like that. So, anyways, I guess language has its benefits in society.
One way we write songs, sometimes someone will come and they'll just have a chord progression and they'll work off of that. Or someone will come with just lyrics or just one riff.
Or sometimes we do things completely separately. Like Lewis will have music that he's been working on for like whoever knows long. Like
like
he might have a piece and then I might have lyrics or
there's
something.
There's some songs we do that are completely just collaboration. Like I write the bass line, Will writes the drum line, Wesley writes a guitar part, and then one of us came with a progression, but a lot of times we forget who it was. Then there's some individual projects, like there's a song I wrote the drums, the bass, the guitar, the melody, I wrote everything, except for the lyrics, which that's kind of Pierce's strong suit. Then there's songs that just Wesley wrote. He wrote most of it, except for maybe like one or two things. Same thing with Pierce. There's songs like Cream Puff Dream, that's a song he pretty much wrote completely to himself. Yeah. But even saying that, I mean, I improv on my bass so much, and Wesley improvs on his guitar so much, it's kind of, you can't really say it's one person's song. Yeah. But if we say it's someone's song, usually means that they wrote the chord progression or the lyrics.
Or both.
Or both.
Like, I wrote the guitar lines to Cream Puff and Ballad of the Writer. Granted, these guys wrote everything else pretty much, but I also wrote the lyrics, so those things kind of go hand in hand sometimes. At least that's the way I see it. I'm not sure if everyone else sees it that way, but I mean,
well, for me,
we all kind of agree that we all work on the songs together. I mean, there's nothing.
I write lyrics, but for me, it's music comes first, just because that's just who I am. Like you guys have seen my lyrics, but for me, it's music comes first.
Well, if music came second, then you'd be a poet.
Yeah.
So, since you're a musician, then the music comes first. Mm-hmm. The lyrics come second.
Yeah, I mean, so
I say I'm better than that. I'm an artist. I'm not a poet or a musician. I'm an artist, and I think that's foremost for, most musicians. I don't know. Well, it depends really. It really all depends on a person.
Oh, we all and
how they feel, how they deal with their problems.
All the people.
And things that come up in life.
I feel like it's better to be one person in the world's favorite band rather than be like a person that everyone comes to just see sometimes. It's fun playing for a ton of people all the time, that's a great thing, but when you have people that come up to you and say like how good you are and how like you should keep on going and keep on moving up and up and up and up, it's really helpful to us because we feel like we should, and I think that's what comes with success, and it comes through us playing shows and us recording and us doing films, because I think it's for our own pleasure rather for anyone else's, but I think once you hear that other people like really favor this thing that we're doing, then you kind of feel like it's tying in with the rest of the world, and that's what success is to me.
I don't think it has to do with money or even necessarily a ton of people coming to see us. I think any musician, any artist, they want their music to be appreciated. It's not, a lot of musicians, they don't go, we're going to write this to be popular, which is, they write it to be enjoyable, but not necessarily popular. And so what I think of success, at least in a band setting, is to just get to that level where people appreciate the music. They can actually understand it more or less to some degree, and just be able to just appreciate it as music, because that's what we do. We're trying to make music that we can appreciate with ourselves, and we're just pumping it out of our fingers and into the speakers. And so when other people can do that, when other people can appreciate it, it really just, it makes us feel good. That's what I think success is.
Yeah, Wisconsin was fun, but my cousins didn't really want to talk.
Why not?
I don't know. I only saw them for a day.
Oh.
And we tried to play with them, but...
How old are they? You have to get a focus of like a close up of our eye. We have to like stare into the camera. That's gonna be on the back of our album, or our LP, or whatever we decide to release.
Oh, don't take pictures of me.
I'm not even taking
Take
pictures.
a picture. Will, your hair looks different, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I dyed it. It'll get back to how it was in a few weeks.
Looks good though.
Thank you.
Is that on film?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's such a cool camera thing. Makes you look like a cyborg.
I know.
Just like, I have an extra eye.
Do you remember that movie Atlantis? That was
Yeah.
like that animated movie,
Yeah.
and like the mole guy that was always
Yeah.
digging. It's like his little eye thing. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I love that movie.
He's like,
Milo.
I'm so
Remember?
excited.
Leslie, which one would this go in?
I'm so
The bunch of
That was
excited.
like power.
Yeah. Power. Yes, it is. Oh, okay.
Got it. Power is far right. Sorry, Pierce, I didn't mean to. Poke you with the butt. Power is far right if you're looking at it. What's that? It's going to output goes to like a speaker. Wow, Pierce, you got really good at organ walks.
Wait, what the fuck is I don't like this.
Hey, Pierce, just go ahead and
This is genius, Pierce.
serenade us right now.
What is this? What's going on? No!
It has an auto accompaniment feature. You just
Alright, wait, so what's the chords
for what?
for Joker and the Thief? I forgot. Isn't it E?
No, it's D. So the chords are the D and then F and then G. So it's like. Whoa.
Comes with Cubase too. So that's a condensed version of what Matt uses.
That's a custom 10.
It comes with a interface too. You see that?
That's
Wait.
absolutely
Now
fantastic.
come help me get my stuff.
Oh, I gotta go home and get his stuff.
Oh.
This would be Cause I gotta go and let's go to the rodeo. You don't wait, you might understand that. That's what makes me
Oh yeah. So I was like,
Hey, we're in Texas! I've got a gun, let's go to the rodeo! And now we're in Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware. I love that. Now we're in Hawaii.
Do this.
music theory lesson time. Yeah.
That's an octave right there.
Yeah.
So if you play the white keys from here to here, that is a major scale in C. Like you don't have to go in like. No, those are the sharps and the flats.
Sharps. Right. Sorry, that was a derpy moment. Alright, so that's C to C, so.
And if you do A to A, that's minor.
They don't have a sharp.
But you said the white keys, so I just thought.
Because that's.
I know. Don't act like I don't know. You said the white keys.
Alright, whatever.
Anyway, so
Now here's a major 7th arpeggio diminished. Play that.
that's actually that's minor. That's the largest chord.
This is a 4% chord. What do you mean?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Tammy, tell me what your favorite radio station is.
96.1.
What do you like about 96.1?
The music, and I just like the 90s music.
Radio 96.1.
Yeah. I'll just follow you. Peace. Hey, what up? Yeah, probably not. Like, we're heading down there right now.
Cause you look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. You look so fine that I really wanna make you mine. 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need money with a face like that, do ya? Big black boots, long brown hair. She's so sweet with her cat black stare.
Lewis just had a fuck up on parallel parking. And our drummer is now out of
Dude,
the
it's
car.
fine. What are you doing?
No, it's not. No. You gotta come out a little bit.
It's good. It's good.
I know.
Damn it.
What are you doing?
Why were your backup lights on for like 20 minutes after you parked?
Oh, okay.
Why is that? Oh, we already cool here.
I might be in the same room with you guys.
Oh, for APR?
Yeah.
Tape this.
Hey there, Travis.
Hey, what's that on your finger?
Like, his dad was
Oh, it's my gum.
Why is it on your finger?
Oh, I'm just gonna save it for later.
Why don't you just like put it on a napkin or put it on the table or something?
I'll forget it and throw it away by accident. I think I have money to just throw away gum.
Dude, seriously, you can't take this guy anywhere.
his sister's been going
The whole point of being in a band and writing music is to be creative. And when you're an independent band, you don't have to answer to anybody. If you want to play pop, if you want to play reggae, if you want to rap, you have that option. But if you go big, depending on what you do, you start to lose some of those freedoms and some of those privileges. With that being said, if someone came up to me and said, hey, we want to sign your band to Atlantic Records, you're going to be huge, I'd have to honestly say it'd be hard to pass up, because there you have money and time to be creative. Now, some bands get screwed over because they lose their creative freedom. But if somehow we worked out a deal where we could keep our creative freedom and write the music we want, I think it would be a great opportunity. Because then you can just write music all day. You can write and play, just have fun all day. And then you go play shows, make a ton of money. But right now, it's really great to be an independent band. Because you have the freedom, you don't have to answer to anyone, you don't have any bosses. It's just a four-person democracy, I guess.
Well, other than what Lewis said, pretty much nothing.
I saw that over just like, so what are the perks in being in a independent band?
I think nothing.
So
It's like I can pay for my studio time, or somebody else can pay for it.
So what about if you had that chance to go big, would you take it?
Yeah.
Wesley's such a rock and roller. I mean, he's just. I mean, if you ask Led Zeppelin the same question, he
likes money.
He likes money, and yeah, he shovels a lot of cash. Anyways, what I think it's important to like sort of go through a phase of being independent. I think it'd be nice to have someone that would pay for our studio time and pay for all these extravagances and such. But I feel like then it kind of gets old and people get tired of doing the same thing over and over again and flying to different cities like all the time. They don't get time for their families and just people that they want to talk to. Like, I don't know, what people really focus on is that bands just get lots of money and they get a lot of fame and such like that, but really there's a lot of other problems that come along with not being an independent band, because you have all sorts of pressures and such from like recording companies and such. I don't know, it's just not really interesting to always focus on all these stresses, and people just over-stress about everything in like a band. I can tell you from experience, so that's really all.
Hey, we're gonna play here. Here's our CD. Let us play. As opposed to like, I guess if you were signed, more stuff gets taken care of for you. Like, hey, you're playing at this place.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think it's more fun like fighting for like a spot on top, Like
I don't punch enough people.
Punching people out of it,
Running around in the rain, putting up posters that get walked.
I like deciding my own schedule because I have other commitments. And I probably wouldn't go big because that's not what I've always wanted to be a biologist. And there's just nothing I want to do more.
Okay.
I think we all have an idea of like what we really want to do, like when we're out of college and such, and I think we all have different career options. I think this is a big thing that we do for the thrill of it, just
Makes us happy.
why not, I think we're all in a band just because we think it's fun to kind of let all that energy out as kids, because we've got so much of it. Will over here pounds it on drums, Wesley kills it on guitar, Lewis rips his bass.
It's like in Lewis,
He knows some stuff.
what does Lewis do?
Lewis
Oh yeah, that's right. He plays bass. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Hear it.
Yeah, he drops his bass.
I dropped the bass. Bass.
You're lucky he hasn't broken it.
I know, dude.
No. It's like she gives it back to you, and you're like, no. Seriously, it's fine.
Yeah, I did that with you over the summer when you get out of the apartment.
Yeah.
Then you were worried about that guy remembering. Does Ben have any crust here?
Yeah, excuse me.
I don't want to be here.
I know, but
It still feels cooler for some reason.
All right, let's go back to our cars.
Mike does.
Textbooks. Who needs freaking textbooks? Does it look like we're gonna be in school very long?
You want to drive closer?
And park where?
So you want we kind of want a French baby.
Well, it's telling me to get off
You want to
here.
adopt a baby?
Well, I don't know. So just that's cool. So yeah, he's been a personal friend of mine since sophomore year. Ever since environmental science.
I'm talking to him already. But next one, he has to come out like Taipei, and then he's a mechanic. Every day and Zach is like, Zach's a photographer. He's like,
Yeah, that's where you're gonna want to turn. Yeah, you're gonna want to turn onto West Franklin Street. Okay, so you're gonna want to go down it. Once you pass by McDonald's, you won't have to go anything more than like. Yeah, you're just gonna pass by.
Don't take more than you can handle.
Jason liberated me. They're bad.
Oh, I have your sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah! I forgot about them, and then I was like, wait a minute. That's my sunglasses.
Look, I have them too. Like, I can see that.
Why is it so hot outside?
I know, right?
That's supposed to happen. It's good.
I want to carry the heavy thing.
Those are heavy. Like, just pick them up.
These are the heaviest things.
But the amp is still there. Oh, okay.
It doesn't really matter.
Where's the rest of the throne? That's lame.
Pierce has it, I think.
Yeah, Pierce probably took it.
Well, you know,
That's gonna be a short
Jay-Z and Kanye West had to watch it.
I feel like we moved this back a little bit. It's kind of right up against the monitor. Yeah, Jay, get on the other side. And we're not going to pick it up. Yeah. That is a perfect example of how even people with iPhones can still screw up the record.
Oh yeah, that's true. There are Fonzie oh wait.
Why did they flick us off when they missed the exit? Like, what did we do?
They were just so excited.
If they got far, they would have had to pay for it.
To be honest, people here in Chapel Hill are more assholes.
I mean, I think it's a fair share of assholes in Raleigh.
I flipped the guy off that honked at you when you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go check out this cake.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Not very big.
Are you gonna be my girl? So fine, I really wanna get down. Somebody really wanna make it down. 5, 6 in the morning, get your kicks, 'cause you don't need money when you just
getting tired of the way you act. You know it drives me crazy. I can't believe that you got so fat. Were you always so lazy? I'm sick and tired of the way you are. I'm sick and tired of the way you were. I'm sick and tired of the way you'll be. And I'll be sick and tired until you leave me. I'm getting tired of the way you sound. It drives me up the